It was almost Christmas on the island of Sodor. Gordon was filling up with coal when Thomas came to say hello. Hello, Gordon. How are you today? Oh, very well, little Thomas. But unfortunately, we're almost out of coal. If none arrives by Christmas time, Sir Topham Hatt thinks we will be out of coal until the new year. Cinders and ashes. Well, we'd better ration the coal as much as possible. Precisely. Wow, thanks for the news, Gordon. And with that, Thomas went off to tell the other steam engines. Meanwhile, Diesel 10 was roaming the rails, and he was up to no good. Henrietta, is that Diesel 10? Hello, Toby. Good to see you. Hello, Diesel 10. Toby, I've been meaning to give you a Christmas present. You give a Christmas present to me? Of course, Toby. Would you like it? I suppose I would, Diesel 10. All right, here it is. Ouch, that hurt. Out of my way, you silly steamy. Diesel 10 continued causing confusion and delay on the railroad. Next, he came across Dustin. Diesel 10, what was that for? Even far up in the mountains. Diesel 10 was up to no good. Then Diesel 10 found Percy. Hello, Percy. Good to see you. Diesel 10, what are you doing out here? Oh, shut up, you silly steamy. Diesel 10 was about to crash into Percy when suddenly Philip showed up. Oh, Diesel 10, what are you going to do to Percy? Philip, what does it matter to you what happens to silly steamies? Percy's my friend, and I'm not going to let you hurt him. And how would you stop me, little Philip? I don't know. Oh, I know. I'll tell Santa Claus that you were being mean. What? Yeah, Christmas is right around the corner. And if you're going to be mean to other engines, I'm telling Santa. And you know what Sir Topham Hatt always says? Little engines that don't behave get a lump of coal for Christmas. When Diesel 10 heard that, he stopped and thought about his actions. Even devious Diesel 10 knows better than to mess with Santa Claus. Today is your lucky day, Percy. You're lucky that Santa is watching, but next time your luck may run out. And with that, Diesel 10 left. Philip, thank you for coming to my rescue. That's all right, Percy. That's what friends are for. But you shouldn't have told that fib about Santa Claus giving bad engines a lump of coal. Oh, it's true, Percy, it's true. Sir Topham Hatt told me so. All naughty little engines get a lump of coal for Christmas. Everyone knows that. Oh, I didn't know that, Philip. Thank you again. Happy to help, Percy. Tell Gordon I say hello. And with that, the two friends left. Soon, Percy came back to Tidmouth's sheds, where all the other engines were talking about coal shortage. Hey, Percy, I was just telling the other engines that we might have a coal shortage on the island of Sodor. What does that mean, Thomas? Well, Percy, Gordon told me that if we don't get any coal by Christmas, we're not going to have any coal until the new year. That's terrible news. That means that the diesels will have to do all the work and we won't be really useful. I wish there was a way we could get some more coal. Maybe we could ask some of the naughty engines on Christmas. What do you mean, Percy? Philip told me that Santa Claus brings naughty little engines a lump of coal for Christmas instead of presents. Well, it's too bad that none of us are naughty. Henry doesn't mean that, Percy. Everyone knows it's better to be nice than naughty. But as all the engines thought about how to get more coal, Thomas the tank engine was thinking about what his friend Percy had said. The next day, Thomas headed to the coal hopper. where Edward was filling up on coal. Hello, Edward. How much coal is left in the hopper? Thomas, we're running really low on coal. I hope some arrive soon or else all the steamies won't be able to be really useful. Thomas the tank engine began to think to himself. Without coal, none of the steamies can be really useful. And if we're not being really useful, we're not being very good. And since Santa only gives presents to good little engines, none of the other engines will get any presents until we get coal. But if Santa gives lumps of coal to engines that are really naughty, then I have to be very naughty so we can fill the coal hopper. And then all the steamies will be really useful again. As Thomas pulled into Knapford Station, Sir Topham Hatt was waiting. Now, Thomas, you must be really useful today. There are many passengers on the island of Sodor visiting for the Christmas holiday. You need to stay on track and on time and stop at all your stations. As Philip brought Annie and Clarabelle, Thomas noticed another car. Is that another car, Sir Topham Hatt? Oh, yes. You must bring these gingerbread cookies to Sudbury Station. And remember, don't make any unnecessary stops. We're getting desperately low on coal. As Thomas pulled out of Knapford, he thought to himself what Sir Topham Hatt had told him. Sir Topham Hatt seems very worried about the coal. I want to do what Sir Topham Hatt says, but to help Sodor, I must be a very naughty engine. So Thomas decided to do something he had never done before. Thomas missed a stop.
Walk the plank! Send him to Davy Jones' locker.
Next, he saw Bulgy. Bulgy was going to Wellsworth Crossing. If I race, I can cut off Bulgy at Wellsworth Crossing. Thomas raced. Bulgy was crossing when all of a sudden the gates slammed open on him. Free the roads. Annie and Clarabelle were very concerned about Thomas's behavior. Thomas, what has gotten into you? You almost knocked Bulgy right off the road. And the passengers are very cranky. Don't worry, ladies. I'm helping out all the steamies. Thomas continued on the line and on with his naughty ways. He soon came to a field where a reindeer and a little goat were frolicking with a lion. Thomas pulled in front of them and unloaded the gingerbread cookies. The animals were very happy. His next stop was Sudbury Station, but Thomas whooshed right through without stopping. The baker noticed that the bakery car was empty, and the passengers weren't very happy.
Oh, man!
Thomas continued on his branch line and continued with his naughty ways. He backed into Alstead Station. Thomas, what are you doing? Thomas, stop this behavior immediately. Sorry, ladies, but I'm going to leave you here. It's the only way the steamies will ever get coal. So Thomas uncoupled his coaches. His passengers were very upset.
Oh no, why is the train leaving his coaches behind? Uh-oh, come back here, Thomas, come back here.
Thomas was sure he had been a very naughty engine. But suddenly he saw something he didn't like at all. Percy was on the side of a track. He was frozen all over. Percy, what happened to you? Hi, Thomas. I'm frozen from foot plate to foot plate. I've completely run out of coal. Oh no, Percy, this is worse than I thought. We must get you coal. Maybe if I act even more naughty, Santa will bring us enough coal to supply us until springtime. Don't worry, Percy, I'll save you. Thomas pulled away. He decided to be very, very naughty. Thomas saw Diesel refueling at the diesel works. Without saying a word, Thomas biffed him hard. Thomas, what was that for? But Thomas didn't say anything. He just chugged away. Next, Thomas saw Splatter and Dodge crossing Sudbury Bridge. He gathered up speed and rammed into the bridge. sending splatter and dodge right off the rails. Next, Thomas saw Boko at the top of Gordon's Hill. Wait a minute, why are you involving me? I'm a kind diesel engine. I'm one of the good guys. Thomas snuck up behind Boko and pushed him down Gordon's Hill. Finally, Thomas had enough coal to make it back to Tidmouth's sheds. Soon, Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Sir Topham Hatt spoke to Thomas. He was very stern. Thomas the tank engine, you have caused confusion and delay. Passengers have missed their trains. Wild animals have eaten all of the gingerbread cookies. Annie and Clarabelle have been abandoned. And diesels have been derailed. Explain yourself immediately. Please, sir, said Thomas. Have I been a very naughty engine? Why, yes, Thomas, said a very confused Sir Topham Hatt. You have been the naughtiest engine on all of Sodor. Good, said Thomas. Maybe then we'll get some coal. Thomas, whatever are you talking about? Well, sir, I heard that only naughty engines get lumps of coal for Christmas. And since we're all out of coal on Sodor, I thought that if I was extra naughty, we'd have enough coal for all the engines. Sir Topham Hatt was very quiet, and then he spoke. Well, Thomas, if you expect coal for your actions today, then we shall see exactly what type of coal you shall get for Christmas. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt left. Soon it was Christmas Day on Sodor. Wow, Thomas, you sure look festive. Thanks, guys. I just hope that coal shows up for everyone today. Suddenly, Sidney showed up at Tidmouth's sheds, and he was pulling Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho! Hello, Sodor engines! It's Santa Claus! For all the good little steamies here on Sodor, I have brought coal! Oh, thank you, Santa Claus. But Thomas, you were a very naughty engine. Yes, I was, Santa, but I just wanted a lump of coal for the rest of the engines here on Sodor. Indeed. For naughty little engines, I have gotten you a special present. It's waiting for you at the dynamite factory. Wow, you're so lucky, Thomas. The dynamite factory, thanks, Santa. Soon, Thomas was on his way to the dynamite factory. When he pulled in, he saw a present with his name on it. Oh boy, I wonder what it could be. When Thomas unwrapped his present, he found bustling boilers, special red coal. Thomas was so excited he filled his firebox with the special red coal. Bustling boilers, fizzling fireboxes. Later on at the Sodor Steamworks. Well, Thomas, did you learn anything? Yes, sir. It's not a good idea to act naughty. Ever. Yes, and Santa Claus is always watching. He sees you when you're sleeping, my friend. He knows when you're awake. Boss, he must have watched me derail Boko. So you'd better be good. By my order. Ow. Ow. And pushed him down Gordon's Hill.